Okay, so here's my gear. The stuff that made it all the way to Katahdin, some of the stuff that I sent home, and I'll show you what was with me on day 1 all the way to day 193. My Marmot down jacket. Now, this was probably overkill of a jacket, but it kept me alive and warm. My beanie that kept in the jacket pocket. I think I have the gloves, the half finger mitten gloves. These stayed with me from day 1 to I had them with me on Katahdin. Yep. All right, and on the inside of the jacket is a pocket that I kept my, right here, set of earplugs for sleeping in the shelters with people snoring. The jacket, gloves, and hat, that was with me from the beginning to the end. Buff, 2 pairs of darn tough socks, the other pair are in the laundry somewhere. My electronics, the dongle that I used to get the information from my camera off the micro SD card into the iPhone, the Snow Lizard Extreme case for the iPhone. Thermarest Z-Lite sleeping pad. I probably should have went with a blown up one, but I got that one and it kept me alive. A couple pairs of these stretchy shorts, my long sleeve shirt, Cabela's Gore-Tex rain jacket. This thing was a monster of a rain jacket. Overkill, yes, but it was something that could also keep me warm and dry and the wind off me. And the Black Diamond Trail Ergo cork trekking poles, and the GoPro handlebar mount, and the GoPro Hero Session. Those were the other one is bent now. Those were with me from day 1 to day 193, all the way to Katahdin. All in my food bag. No Limits food bag, and long handled spork. Too dirty. Those were, I mean, of course the food changed constantly. There's some stuff still in there. But that's what, oh, hey, hi. And the REI Igneo 19 degree down bag. This bag was amazing. It kept me alive when it was really, really cold. I might have not been super duper comfortable 3 nights that I can remember, but I stayed alive. So this bag is amazing. And is it in here? Had a pillow. It's probably, yeah, it's down on the other end. But it was a little inflatable pillow. I wasn't going to get because I wasn't interested in it, but my sister went shopping with me one day and she was like, "Here, you need a pillow." And I was like, "I don't need one, but I'll take one. I'll send it home if I don't use it." Oh, I used it. It was great. Oh yeah, the other pair of undies. All right, so that was the gear that started and finished the Appalachian Trail. Now, that pack right there I sent home, that's the Ascend MS 5400 70-liter backpack. Great backpack, very tough, heavy, 5 pounds empty. Switched it out for the Osprey Exos 58, a lot lighter and just as good of a backpack. If I would have had my hands on one of these before I went on the trail, I would have ended up with an Exos, I'm sure. That's about the only damage that happened to it right there, which is trivial. My tick pick, whatever. Never had to use it. A bunch of different carabiners and whatnot came with me on the trail. Hand sanitizer, little compass thermometer doodad. And the stakes, which I'll put them somewhere. All right, yep. Tent stakes. My first tent that I started the trail with was the REI Half Dome 2 Plus. There's the tent, the cloth, the poles. The stakes are in a little bag somewhere around here. Maybe it's under my truck. I don't know. I will find them. Yeah, sent that tent home to get the Half Moon design. Super duper light tent, 1-person thing. Sets up with the trekking poles. Never liked it. I slept in it 5 nights and I really didn't like the tent. Halfway through the Shenandoahs, I called ahead to have a hammock sent to me from home. The Eno Jungle Nest, Eno Atlas straps, and the Eno Dry Fly. And I used the original tent stakes, REI tent stakes, to hold down the 6 points on the Dry Fly. All right, the cook set, which I started with and then sent home, or I didn't send it home, I left it in Tennessee, and I had my friend mail up the cook set. It's the GSI Duoist. It came with a lot of stuff in there like that. I did start with most of that stuff and then I sent it back because I just wasn't using the cups and the sporks and stuff. MSR Pocket Rocket, you know, that's a very solid stove. You can get them cheaper, you can get them, you know, with the little ignitions on them, whatever, lighter, works. But yeah, that was my cook set. That went probably 3/4 of the trail with me. This was a little dry bag that Trey gave me when he got a different one. Thank you, Trey. In the pack, I have the compactor liner. Worked perfectly, never got a hole in it that I could find. And my warm clothes and extra clothes were always dry on the inside of the pack. The thing is Sea to Summit, 90-liter backpack, like 70 to 90, something like that. It was a lot bigger because I kept my thermarest like down here on the bottom of the pack, which made it even bigger, so I needed a pack cover to stretch all the way around it. There's the tent stakes. Yeah, that's just the REI Half Dome 2 tent stakes. I did buy like 6 more groundhogs, the big beefier triangular metal orange stakes. Never used them, never once stuck them in the ground. 6 stakes was all I would ever need. The shovel, because, you know, it got used about 6 times. Oh, look, extra hot hands. This I asked for a little later. It was the 1 liter squeeze bag that came with the Sawyer system. I didn't want to use this to squeeze from because they're weak bags and they'll rip up here and leak everywhere. But I did get it to carry an extra up to liter of optional beverages. Yeah. For nights on the trail. There's some bear cord with the big carabiner to throw up over the tree, and a whole lot of free material in there. You know, because you gotta go. What should I carry? Aha, that's a little emergency safety light. I picked that up in Pennsylvania because there were a lot of them in a shelter, and I was just like, okay, I'll get it. I might have a use for it. Carried it from Pennsylvania. Forgot it was in there. Oh, the pants legs, zip off pants legs of my pants that I still continue to use because I love them so much. I think they're in the laundry now. But yeah, those are the zip off pants legs. And my rain skirt, which is now on the ground. It was a leaf bag that I cut the top, or cut the bottom off, and then I would use the drawstring as a cinch to just tighten it around my waist. Used it maybe about a dozen times on the trail. Most of the times it was either raining not enough to worry about it or raining too much to worry about it. But yeah, it was inexpensive, cheap, and it got ripped up, but I didn't care. I still walked with it with a big hole in it. Up here in my front pockets, I had this little pouch that I would put my phone in to carry it on my front to let it solar charge while I was walking. A spare GoPro part that I found in case I was like, well, you know, you never know. Carry that around. I might need it one day. On the other side, some cord that Q gave me. I used that to tie general things and also to set the dry fly. There's a word for it. I can't think of it. Oh, hey, look. Bottle cap. The microfiber cloth that I'd use to clean my glasses. And the only knife that made it all the way on the trail with me. The Gerber dime. Got a little rusty after getting rained on a couple times, but I'll bring it in the house and clean it up. It was useful. The scissors, the little set of scissors on here, were probably the most used thing on that knife. Some of the stuff that I sent home. Oh, my pill bottle had Tylenol, aspirin, all sorts of stuff in there. My buff neck warmer, that was great. I'd use it as a hat, as a face warmer, a neck warmer, a mask, just something to sleep in to pull up over my face or over my eyes. I wish I would have kept it a little longer. My big warm fluffy socks, kind of wish I would have kept these just a little longer. Mailed this box home in Kent. Warm pants that has change in the pockets. Yeah, I think once I sent those home, I really didn't want them anymore. Some little soap things I never used, sent those back. This was the stuff that was in my cook kit. It was a bowl. And this thing and a dried chamois, and the MSR triangular thing. You know, these are great, but I would just leave the stove burner in the pot with them. A spare knee brace. I bought 2 of these in, what town was it? At the Angels Rest Hostel. One knee was bothering me, so I bought one, and I figured I'd buy 2 because I put it on the other knee if the other knee bothered me as well. And then I wore them for like a week or week and a half, and my knee straightened out, straightened up. Whatever was wrong with it, it quit being wrong. So I never wore one, and I was carrying 2, and I'm like, well, I don't think I'll need 2, so I sent one home. And my ground cloth. Once I was hanging in a hammock, there was really no need for a ground cloth. So this is the REI Half Dome 2 Plus ground cloth. And that's a pair of shoes I sent back. I think those are my oboes. These were the second shoes I bought on the trail. Put about 800 miles on them. From Troutville, Troutville to Kent were on those shoes. And that's when I bought my 3rd shoes, and it was really a mistake buying those 3rd shoes because those are the ones that were too tight and tore up my feet. But yes, that is the gear in a nutshell. Any other questions about gear? I mean, I would recommend, I say the REI is a great tent. It's just heavy, not something you really want to carry on a through hike. Or maybe you do want to carry it, I don't know. My harmonica that I didn't start on the trail with, but I had sent to me in Virginia, and I played around with it twice and never took it back out of its box. So extra weight that I carried for no reason. Hey, we want to talk about extra weight you carry for no reason. 100-mile wilderness, Ragnar looks down on the ground and finds a railroad spike in the 100-mile wilderness, and he picks it up and he goes, you know what, Red, that would be an awesome knife. And I said, give it here. It will be. I'm gonna get home, I'm gonna turn that into a knife, and I'm gonna send it back to you, Ragnar. So this railroad spike will eventually become a knife, and I'm gonna send it over to Ragnar because I carried this spike for over 100 miles on the Appalachian Trail to Katahdin. Other than that, oh hey, yeah, up here, the Sawyer Squeeze full size. You can do the mini, but you'll hate yourself. 3 liter. I could put about 3 liters in it. Platypus bag. A first aid kit that I was glad I really didn't have to need a lot. More tape. Oops. And there is a piece of gear that I don't have. Ben's 30% DEET. This stuff is amazing. This is pretty much all you need for bug spray if you aren't too opposed to the DEET element. That it really works. And bug net. I didn't use that until halfway through New York and finally put it on, and it was a lifesaver. Whole bunch of little carabiners for clips and hanging it in shelters here, there, and everywhere. I do not have my headlamp because I gave it to Joe Guinness when he was coming down Katahdin, because the headlamp he had, I don't know what make and model it was, but it would always turn on when it was in his pocket. And I told him, oh, well, you need a black diamond spot like this one because it you could lock it to where it won't turn on. So as we was climbing down Katahdin, I gave him my headlamp because he still had a lot, you know, half of the trail to do since he was flip-flopping. But yeah, that's the majority of the gear. Oh, I had a pair of Crocs, just Crocs. I had some special, really cool cloth and croc rubber Crocs, but I left those at a shelter. And then the next town I was in, I think that was Franklin, I just picked up a pair of Crocs from like Outdoor 76. And those were the camp shoes.